everybody, I'm Jaime DeLanghe. I am newly Slack's CPO. But as you heard in the intro, I've been at Slack for a really long time. Thank you. So I've been at Slack for about 8.5 years. And before that, I was at Etsy for 7 years. And I didn't always know that I was going to be a product manager. But once I knew I was going to be a product manager, I knew I was going to be a CPO. It's been my dream for a really, really long time. I mean, who in here hasn't dreamed of being a CPO? Everybody? All right? Because you get to make all the calls, right? Like, if the product manager is the CEO of their product, the CPO is, it's a pretty cool job, right? Like, you get to kind of make all the calls, make the vision, singularly focus the team, drive an amazing group of people to do incredibly hard things. And while I am so deeply excited to be the CPO of Slack, especially in this moment where everything is changing about how we collaborate and about how work software really works in our lives, I gotta be real with y'all. This is not like the thing I dreamed it was going to be. This is actually much more complicated. It looks messy. Every day I wake up to 50 browser tabs. I've got meetings starting before work even starts. I'm checking my Slack. I've got to hop from a call with Rob, my boss, to a one-on-one with someone on my team, to a customer call, to a prep for an event like this, to maybe a prep for a board meeting, and we're getting slides together for Mark Benioff, and then the next thing you know, there's a partner conversation, and the whiplash is incredible. And I have no idea how I would do any of this without AI. So this is real. This isn't changing. I'm going to be in meetings back to back as much as I hate it. And my EA and I are going to try to schedule bathroom breaks. But I am committed. If you saw me on the last product on stage, I was quite pregnant. And as a mom of two, I'm committed to keeping my evenings free. So enter AI. All right, let's get into it. We're going to have a demo. All right, so you just saw that last screen, and that's still real. That's not going anywhere. But that's not actually how I start my day anymore. So what you're looking at right now is the Today view in Slack. And full disclosure, this demo is going to have a ton of Slack. I'm the CPO of Slack. Slack uses Slack in ways that no one else uses Slack. It's really crazy. We're slacking everything all the time. It's all Slack everywhere. You could do this with other tools too, but a lot of this is going to look like Slack. So this is the Today view. Most of you probably have never seen this. It's available in an open beta right now, and if you want to try it out on a Business Plus plan or an Enterprise Plus plan, I highly encourage you to. But this is sort of a single pane of how I look at my day. You can see here I have my calendar, which, like I mentioned, is totally crazy. In fact, I'm in a marketing meeting right now. And I have all of these to-dos that we need to focus on throughout the day. I've got all of this stuff I need to do in activity. And honestly, even this for me is sometimes a little overwhelming, which is why I really love this piece right here. So I'm going to click on this peek at my day. And that's going to kick off a conversation with Slackbot. So two things are happening here. One, we're proactively looking at everything that's happening across Slack and across all of your connected systems to help you understand what's most important. This is highly personalized. It has access to everything you have access to inside of Slack. And it's going to do a pretty good job of helping us understand how to actually pull together the different pieces of our day. So, of course, the demo has decided to go awry. So we're going to do something else. So I'm going to run a tier 1 status report. So as a CPO, I've set up a skill here that when I am getting my day started, I really want to know what's happening across all of the projects that I care about at Slack. It's pulling not just from Slack, but it's also going to pull from any connected data systems. So we have a customer portal redesign that's happening. We're also going to have other projects where I've announced sort of like what I think is important to Slackbot, and it's going to take a look at that. So the customer portal design is at risk. That's not great. I don't love that. We're going to have to dig into that in a second. But like I mentioned before, there's also an incident that happened last night. let's look at the portal redesign while we're looking. The Slackbot is pulling up some information about that incident. Okay, this is interesting. So they're marked yellow, and the thing that I think is the most challenging for me actually as a CPO is that they're marked yellow because of something that I need to do here. It looks like there's an open decision and it's blocking forward progress. And that decision is actually my decision. I'm the one who needs to unblock the team. So, okay, I'm gonna need some information about what's going on in the project. We were just looking at a CSV. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's this massive CSV here. And I don't know about you guys, but I really can't even handle looking at data like this, especially first thing in the morning. We're not gonna do this like this. We're gonna have to build a dashboard because I just can't even handle that. So I'm going to quickly ask Claude here to build me a dashboard. And I'm doing this a little out of order, so 1 second. I'm gonna ask Claude to build me a dashboard. And what it's gonna do is take that CSV that we just looked at, and it is going to turn it into a dashboard. It's gonna take a little while. I'm gonna get moving, work on some other things while I'm doing that. So back here, we've got enterprise onboarding is on track, but Project Fusion, see you guys later meeting. Project Fusion is actually still causing some issues. So let's see. So I'm gonna ask for a follow-up on what's going on with Project Fusion. I need to understand what's happening. And as a non-technical leader, like I understand basically what's going on, but I'm not gonna be in the details on every single incident. I wanna know what the business risk is. I wanna make sure that we're learning. I wanna make sure that the team is moving forward, but I honestly don't have time to read all of the scroll back. So what Slackbot is gonna do here is take a moment to look across both Slack and Jira, which is our connected system for tracking all of these things. And it's gonna tell me more details about what happened. So what's happened here, which is actually pretty cool, is it's built me a little dashboard, like a little application for the incident. So I can see that there was a peak error rate of 14%. We hit 14,000 sessions. The whole incident lasted like 3 hours and 40 minutes, which is pretty long. But it looks like we got everything figured out, and it looks like the team was able to actually also pull together a postmortem canvas. This is great. Oh, and there's a dynamic chart in it. Amazing. It looks like they even pulled this together with AI. So this is awesome. I hope that they didn't spend a ton of time on this, but I'm actually learning a lot. Okay, amazing, great. Let's keep it moving. So you guys probably. Lindsay sent me a DM. I mentioned I'm pretty new here. It's actually 100 days of me being CPO of Slack. Recently, I, was thinking to myself, oh, we should really write this message. And I told Lindsay, and it's the kind of thing I always forget, and I'm probably not actually going to do. It's that aspirational culture stuff that sometimes just doesn't happen. So I'm going to tell Slackbot that Lindsay just sent me a reminder about the day 100 days, and I need to write a message to the team. So a thing you might not know about me from my earlier bio is that I was actually an English major. I'm pretty particular about my voice and tone, and I want to make sure that anything that I write to the team doesn't sound like it was written by an AI. Like, I don't want it to be like, you think it was this, but then it was this. And like, picture this, everybody. It's Jamie's first 100 days as CPO. Like, we all know what AI sounds like. I want them to know that it sounds like me. And so it's actually drafted something in my voice. And it's asking me if I want to send this as a direct message to Lindsay right away. So I'm going to do that. 1 second. Let's confirm. And Lindsay is going to get the message sent directly to her, and she's going to be able to review that draft and help me out. Okay, honestly, that was pretty stressful. The demo almost entirely imploded. So we're going to take a moment and just step away. I'm going to have a little bit of a lunch break. You saw a lot happen there, and a lot of it looks like Slack, and a lot of it probably feels a bit like a pitch for Slack, but that's not what I want you to take away. What I want you to take away is, in order to get a lot out of your AI, you've heard this a lot from everybody today, you need to connect all of your systems. You need to have an AI that really understands who you are, it understands your business, and it also understands how your team works. As a leader, it's not just about what I'm doing. It's about what my whole organization is doing, and being able to peek into what my team is doing, the things that I might not even know that I should be caring about, is immensely helpful. The other thing that I'm about to show you that you should be leveraging highly is skills. So I'm super, super busy. You might have noticed I didn't do any prompt engineering in any of this. I basically talked to Slackbot like it was my teammate or my assistant, my coworker. I don't have time to set anything up. And so I like to leverage skills that my team builds for me. And the final thing I'll say is you just need to delegate heavily. Like, if I could have had Slackbot take over this full demo, I probably would have done that halfway through. Okay, so let's get into it. The final thing I was thinking I needed to do, because it has been 100 days as CPO, is I actually need to start building a vision. It's one thing to build culture, but if we're going to actually get this team moving in the right direction, we're going to need to figure out how to actually get the team to do, the hard work of building the product. So I'm trying to keep up on the news all the time. I want to know what's going on in all of the competitors, but I don't have time to read it, and I don't like reading really lengthy reports. So I'm going to ask Slackbot to do some competitive research across the web and build me a PowerPoint. So it's also worth noting here that I'm in a Google Meet. I looked at Google Calendar. I'm going to use PowerPoint. I like how their slides work, but Slackbot can work across the entire ecosystem. It's not embedded in just one tool. So here we are. And while it's doing that, because PowerPoints can take a little while to render, I want to talk a bit more about skills. So skills are a concept in most of the LLM ecosystem where you can just take a markdown file. It has a set of instructions. It's pretty simple. And then you can have that as something that the LLM can reference. People post these in their GitHub repos. You can find them online. They're really great ways of kind of creating like mini agents inside of a general purpose model. Inside of Slackbot, we launched skills as a native concept so that I can, take some prompt that someone on my team has worked on or someone in my company has worked on, and I can leverage that as an individual to get more out of what's happening inside of my Slack without actually having to do the work of building it. So I have here a CPO daily brief, a deal briefing, a deal coach, and here's an incident summary. So this is actually the skill that the team probably used to build that incident summary we saw earlier. And you can see it has a lot of detailed steps. It has synthesis. It tells us what the output should look like. So it's doing a lot of work to structure exactly what should be going on when you do a structured thing like an incident response. It's something you want to be codified across your company. These can be really intimidating. And like I said, I have no time. So actually building a skill like this is something I would also delegate to Slackbot. And it's pretty good at building skills for itself. All right, let's see what's going on here with the PowerPoint. It's still designing the deck. Okay, so let's just keep things moving. I should probably check in on what's been going on with this meeting. It's been a long day, guys. I'm so sorry. I know I've been blocking on the whole incident response situation. I really wanted to make sure that I got you guys the information that you needed, but I couldn't get there. So let me see if I can pull together the dashboard. That dashboard I had. I actually just saw I have a little bit of a demo issue, but let's see if we can get Slackbot to help me out with this meeting. Can you catch me up? honestly, I'm at a little bit of a loss. There's too many things going on. And this is kind of, how it can feel in the course of the day. So what's happening here is Slackbot is now in like a little mini mode, and it can tell what's happening across my entire enterprise. That's awesome. It knows what's happening on my desktop. It can read that I'm in this meeting. It's giving me talking points, and it's reminding me that I'm still blocking these folks, and they need me to make a decision on this whole rollout, right? And here we are, the dashboard. It's great. It tells me it's ready for a full rollout. That's amazing. Just quick, while we're getting ready to unblock them, I did want to show that we have a PowerPoint, so success in the demo. And we're just going to take a quick screenshot of this dashboard because it seems a little complicated. I'm going to ask Slackbot to now just help me with the dashboard and make sure that I understand what to tell the team, which I'm going to spoil it. Slackbot, I know you want to tell them that it's good to go. But I can see here at the top of the dashboard, it's probably ready for rollout. So hey team, it looks like it's ready for rollout. We're ready to go. You guys can launch whenever you want. I'm not blocking anymore. All right, so that's it. We made it through the demo, everyone. So that's my life. You saw it in action. It's frenetic. Sometimes things don't go the way you planned it to. And it's always great to have an assistant on board. This is what we walked through. First, we saw the today view, a proactive look at what's happening on in your day. From there, we were able to dig deeper and get a peek into your top priorities. We could do a deep dive on a feature. We could build a dashboard in Claude. I was able to draft a 100-day message, have a lunch break, do a competitive analysis, and start building a strategy. I could catch up on a meeting, mid-meeting, and get talking points. I could use a dashboard and screen capture to better build a case for a part of the business. And finally, I could wrap up in my today view at the end of the day. So what I want you all to remember is not that you just saw a lot of Slack. It is that in order to connect all the value from your AI, you actually need to do a couple of things. You need to have all of your people, all of your employees, all of your partners, all of your customers collaborating in a place where your AI can access that data so that you can get insight into what's happening across your organization. You need to also have all of your agents working in a place with all of your people. Again, you want leverage. We want these systems to be talking to each other and the data to be flowing across the company. And then finally, you want to connect every platform together. So we have all of the agents, all of the people, and all of the software collaborating together in one place. We think that looks like a one multiplayer platform at Slack. And for you all, you remember, connect your systems, build skills, and don't forget, and this is always the hardest thing as a leader, even with AI, to delegate aggressively. All right, thank you all.